All right, this part 2. We still going in and stuff. Had technical difficulty.
But like I was saying, back to the points I was trying to get to about like the guy was telling on social media about him just being for his neighborhood. I mean, you want a president that you say racist to be for you, but you ain't for him. I mean, I don't understand it. And you just for your neighborhood. Like, you know, you said exclude out the whites and the Chinese and the Mexicans and whoever else. You just for your neighborhood. And they don't get us nowhere.
Yeah. I like on that point of view right there, like I'm for, like I said, we for a black agenda. So at the end of the day, my goal is I can't tell nobody else how to do their house until I get my house in order first. And from that point of view is like right now I'm working on the black community, and after we get the black community where everything we need to do, we can start focusing on everybody else. The problem is right now what's been happening in the past is black people actually focus on everybody else community instead of focusing on their own community.
You're right, and I agree with you I agree with you to disagree, because like I say, the same people that you trying to help in your community or uplift and be the same ones who kill you and take you out of here.
And at the end of the day, I always say, I rather die for something than live for nothing. I'm a true believer that.
And like they say, you know,
sometimes you gotta be a
like they say, blood thicker than water, but water go a little further. Water go further, travel further than blood.
Yep.
So
we can focus on all, but at the end of the day, we got to keep on moving on. What I want to do in life and stuff like that, and what this channel is basically about, we want to give y'all knowledge, education, and another bill I want to understand what y'all. The problem about the Democrats and Republicans, they both the same party. The problem is, Democrats do what Republicans wish they can do. Democrats passed NAFTA. Democrats passed the 1994 crime bill. Democrats passed the 1996.
Right.
Democrats passed the 1996 Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Act. What that is, welfare reform. And what that did is basically it screamed poverty everywhere, and especially it affected the black community and stuff. It especially affected the black community more than anything, was because at the end of the day, because that means if your husband go to jail for a weed charge, like think about it, right now in America, white people have open weed shops everywhere. But we got locked up for weed. Yeah. So that means if your husband or somebody, your boyfriend, your son went to jail for a weed charge and stuff, that means got a felony. That means you couldn't stay in Section 8 with your wife or girlfriend or anything like that. That means you was excluded from getting government grants. You was excluded from getting job opportunities and everything else.
You're exactly right. But my thing is, how you gonna like not legalize weed, but you got alcohol legal? And I just checked the numbers. It's way up there on like drunk drivers killing people and stuff like that. I don't know nobody that really went out and killed nobody like smoking weed. Like, I don't know nobody, but I know plenty of people that got in their car, drinking and driving, went down the street, ran over somebody, killed them.
But weed wasn't, they excluded weed. You know why they made weed was a Schedule I drug? The reason why they've been happening Richard Nixon and stuff like that, because what they did, because it was the Black Power movement and stuff, like when Richard Nixon came, even his I think press secretary said the war on drugs was against the hippies and the blacks. That's why they made the war on drugs. What happened with the Democrats, Richard Nixon promoted it, all the presidents, Reagan did it, and Joe Biden was actually even harder on Reagan, saying you need to be more harsher, give them harsher. So that when think about it, crack cocaine, crack. Even Earthquake was a rapper said, a comedian said, what they call it, the instruction, the recipe. Saying, how did that recipe get more than the actual drugs? So cocaine is powder, crack is you add baking powder too. Yeah. But you got a more harsher sentence for the crack. Because why? Crack is considered a black drug. Right. It was 100 to 1.
Even though the white girl, as they said, is more pure form of it, but you get charged more for the crack when it's cut though. I don't understand it, and I do though. I do because blacks smoke crack.
Because
like,
it was always racial.
Yeah.
Because they did it. Nancy Reagan, because crack. They had them. You remember when you was growing up, y'all had them skillets with the egg. This is your brain on crack and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they always show black people on crack and stuff like that.
They
But
were programming us then.
They were programming America to basically say, "Oh, the war on drugs. We got to get these blacks out."
And so I don't mean to cut you off, but there was Joe Biden excuse. There was Joe Biden excuse for making the crime bill at first, though, because he said it was too many black people on crack and stuff running in the streets, killing people. Like, we were gonna kill each other up. Period. But how?
So he protected us though by putting us in jail. But think about it.
It's crazy.
But what did they do with the opium? Because Dave Chappelle said something. These people on opium and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that comedy, especially when people came. These same black people that came against Ice Cube came against Dave Chappelle about his comedy special when he started talking about we can just do it. When what I'm saying, when he was talking about y'all just deal with it. Just say no.
Right.
And I always tell everybody, look at Dave Chappelle's last comedy special and stuff like that. That stuff, it'll talk about gays and crack cocaine, how they did us. And then think about it. Obama and them actually passed laws because white people was on opium. They passed laws to help the white people. But when we was on crack and stuff, they passed laws. And how did we get crack? We ain't got no planes.
No.
We ain't got no planes. We ain't got no boats. We don't.
I mean, they had to dumb us down some type of way. Like they had to dumb us down, and and so they can program us. And that was their way, by dropping off the crack in the black communities, getting up black males out the household.
Yes.
Turning the black woman against the black man.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all a setup. Like, and once it got so bad, when they dropped the crack off, like I said, it got so bad, they were like, oh, what we gonna do? Like, and they didn't want to put it out here in the street. And so they came up with something else, with more laws,
because
to even more put us, discriminate us.
What they did with the laws and stuff, what they did when on this crime bill, they gave money to the states to build prisons. And what they did, they signed, they call it private prisons. What the private prisons did, they actually signed contracts with the states and stuff like that, that they have to keep the prison 95% occupied. Yeah. That means, so if you got, every time a person like me or you is not in jail, they got to pay this state $30,000.
So the numbers are already there.
Yeah.
Like, the numbers are already there, and they got to fulfill these numbers.
Yes,
like,
a quota. They have a quota system. So you a number then. So we numbers.
Right.
That's we number. We just a number.
Yeah. And they got to fulfill these. Well, we're a number anyway. When we were born, they gave us a Social Security number. Mm-hmm. We were not a number. And we got entered into the slave trade when we got a birth certificate. Like, you see what I'm saying? They sold us off. I mean, we don't even own that. Somebody else own us and stuff because they own our birth certificate and rights to it and stuff, because we get sold off. Like, it's all the sell and trade, buy, sell, and trade type thing, just like on the street.
Yeah. So you think about private prisons. So how they do it and stuff, they had to make drug laws and stuff more harsh for black. So they was locking us up for just jaywalking and stuff. And just like I said earlier, 60% they made 60 new crimes. They made crimes for just jaywalking, locking people. That means stop and frisk, New York law. All these democratic states and stuff like that.
Proper because they
feel like it.
Smell some, think they smell some, or see a piece of plastic, they can search your car. They got the right to search your car, or they got the right to come in your home because they think you got drugs in there. Come on.
Yeah. So, and just like you talked about earlier and stuff like that, about the black woman, why they took the black man out of the household. The black man, I always tell everybody, the black man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. And what the neck do, the woman turns the neck anyway. If you got the neck turns anyway the head, so it dictates the head. The problem is what the Democratic Party try to do, they try to separate the black man and the black woman, talking about the black. Think about it. Black people vote for the Democratic Party 85% of the time.
Just because they look good or talk good, we'll give anybody a chance. Long as they look like something and say what we want to hear, but never do nothing.
Yeah. So we vote for the Democratic Party 85% of the time. But right now, what they said, because black men didn't vote for Hillary, we voted for her. Black men voted for Hillary at 85, 86%. Black women voted for Hillary at 94%. But then, hold on, I'm gonna give you the numbers though. 30% of Mexicans, 35% of Mexicans voted for Trump. 62% of white women voted for Trump. Indians, 30% of Indians voted for Trump. 40% Asians voted for Trump, but it was the black man's fault that Hillary Clinton lost. And right now, if Trump, if Democrats lose this time, they already setting the table right now. If you look at CNN, all the other news stations, they setting the table saying if Joe Biden loses, it's the black man's fault. So basically, y'all can blame us, even though we gonna vote. Black men gonna vote for Joe Biden over 80-some%. I'm not telling anybody to vote for Trump or Biden. The only thing I'm saying is vote down ballot. I don't care who you vote for, but down ballot is the most important thing. Down ballot.
You can vote for who you want to vote for, but I mean,
you can write in if the state allow you to write in.
But when it don't come through with nothing, I mean, but why vote for nothing though? Like if they're not offering nothing, just why vote? Period though. If they're not offering nothing, anything at all. Yeah. I haven't heard nothing.
Nobody telling you why you vote for this guy. Only thing they telling you need to vote because you had your forefathers die for you to write the vote.
What I need to do is stay black and die. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know, if they don't kill me first, like you see what I'm saying. But
most times you do come up missing. You know, a few of our activists came up missing. Baltimore riots. You know, Minnesota.
I mean, it's a price to pay. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people scared to take their place in position. You know, and some of these people got the opportunity to take a certain stance, like with these people, like and you know, and to make their point, to be heard and everything. But people not willing to sacrifice nothing, man. Just like I said, just like LeBron James with the NBA, like it's cool, dandy, you know, he voice his opinion and you know. He speak his mind on certain stuff that goes on, but at the same time, he's not willing to lose nothing.
No,
because if you gonna stop the NBA after you started the season back, why did you start the season back anyway?
He wasn't really gonna stop the NBA. He got upset because a group of the young guys wanted was asking for extra things. He got mad because nobody didn't tell him they were gonna set out. He got mad like LeBron James' guys' parents. He got mad because they didn't tell him. Y'all should have came to LeBron James. Master Judge LeBron, we set out.
But he didn't get mad at Obama when he didn't fulfill his promise.
Yeah, but Obama called him and told him to start back playing ball.
Okay. So they go back to what I was saying. Look good talker. I mean,
hold up now. Obama, black people love Obama now. We can't talk about Obama now. Hold on now. We gotta hold up.
I disagree.
Hold up now. You know, even though Obama,
I know black people love him, but
even I'm gonna tell you something.
Not this black
Hold
guy.
up. Even the black people
I
in
ain't
Libya.
got nothing against him, but I don't like him that much to say I love him. Like,
hey, hold up.
You know,
the black, you know, Libya, you know, the country Obama invaded to kill Gaddafi. You know, they slaves now. You know, they slaves. They love Obama too, even though he got them in the open slave markets. Y'all remember them old pictures that they used to show in your social study with black people on the stage and stuff like that getting sold? Obama actually did that in Libya right now. It's happening as an open slave state in Libya right now. And if y'all don't believe me, actually go. So it's a black man that made other black people slaves.
This is my thing. Us as black people and black community, we gotta start thinking for ourselves. We can't just follow.
Cause we go off emotions.
Yeah, we gotta start going off emotions.
I don't care nothing about somebody liking me. I mean,
feelings get you nowhere, man. In the grave. Feelings get you in the grave. This is it. I mean, feelings get you nowhere. Cause at the end of the day, don't nobody care. You think the president care? If you break down crying, whatever, you going homeless or something happened to your folks out in the street, they don't give a
I've been deployed. Most people call me unpatriotic. I've been deployed multiple times, been shot up and blowed up and everything else. And I got these implants in my mouth from getting blowed up and stuff like that. I jumped out of planes multiple times and everything else. So
I applaud you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I seen how this stuff go.
Yeah,
I seen how it go. I've been to third world countries.
But you was in like a decade.
Yes, I've been to third world countries, and I come back to the United States, and some of our cities look like third world countries. And people ask me, I don't have a problem with that. Like I lived in 5 different countries. I stayed in Canada, Spain, Holland, Denmark, and all the other places and stuff like that.
He know. So I mean, I believe him before I believe some freaking Joe Biden, Snake Eye Joe. Yeah. No, I would not believe Snake Eye Joe. So for people to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about and stuff like that, I don't think that we got this awesome thing called the internet. If you don't believe me, actually you can go research it yourself. The problem is anytime you give anybody your vote or you give anybody you think somebody gonna do something for you when you don't ask for anything. Power do not succeed power. You gotta actually come with somebody with force to get something in return. I mean, It's like paying somebody before they even do a job for you or something.
And I go through that multiple times. I pay these guys all the time and they don't do nothing for it.
Exactly.
They come on all kind of excuses. I didn't do this because
you'd have been through it. I mean, we still experience it though, but but us being blacks, we keep trying to give people chances who burn their bridges and all of that, and that's kind of where we gotta draw the line.
Me say this parable one time. I think I told you this parable one time. It's and most you guys heard it before. It's a frog and a scorpion, and y'all probably heard it before. Frog and scorpion. The scorpion asked the frog, "Can you carry me to the other side of the lake?" And the frog said, "No, you're gonna sting me if I carry you on the other side." The scorpion said, "No, I won't. Because if I do, we both gonna die." The frog said, "No, I don't." So what happened? And then all his friends were telling him, "No, man, no, don't do it, because he's gonna sting it." The frog said, "Nah, he gonna die too, so he's not gonna do that." So what happened? The frog put the scorpion got on the frog back, and then back halfway through in the lake, the scorpion stung the frog, and the frog said, "What happened, man? You stung us. We both gonna die." And you know what the scorpion said? "It's in my nature." So what I'm saying is, if somebody show you who they are, believe them.
No.
He has a history of telling you he doesn't like you. And if y'all these people keep on telling me we got two choices. No, we don't. We have a choice not to vote for this food.
You're right.
I'm not voting for Trump neither, but I'm voting down ballot.
We're not obligated to a vote.
You're not obligated to get anybody your vote unless you get anything. That means tangible. That means something. A vote is basically an exchange of ideals. Basically, I give you something, you give me something. The problem is what happened with Joe Biden. He didn't, when he was running the primary, if y'all actually read through the primaries and what happened, Obama came and told everybody to drop out before South Carolina and stuff like that. And next time, once everybody dropped out, Joe Biden had a free win. All the black people, 70% of black people voted for Joe Biden, and he didn't even campaign in South Carolina.
So basically what we saying, what he just got through saying is like, man, let's stop paying these people before they put in any work.
Yes.
Like, we need to hold them accountable. Like, and if they do got some work that they gonna put in, or something they promised us, we need to make sure that they follow through with it.
Yeah. The problem is he's not even. He said Kamala Harris said they got.
I don't mean cut you off, but I'm just sick of all these false narratives and people just going along who they want to go along with, and not even reading and looking at what's really going on and taking place. They just following trends and stuff. People don't nobody follow history no more. Everybody want to follow trend, because my friends on the trend or my girl or whoever, my guy, I'm gonna follow that trend. Hell no, I'm gonna be the difference maker.
Yes.
I'm not gonna keep getting played out by these politicians just lying to me, and I'm never getting none. I mean, we better off on our own.
Yeah, and my pastor always told me when I was reading I studied the Bible and I was trying to be a pastor a long time ago. And my pastor always told me and stuff like that. Be studied. If you don't study, don't believe what I say. Look at the words. If y'all don't believe anything I say, we got the internet, we got books, we got all kind of books and stuff like that to educate you. I'm a finance major and stuff like that. I understand about finance. I look at numbers. I look at history. I love history. I love teaching people about history and informing them about laws. I read constitutional laws and all these other books and stuff like that, and see how everything works. It's always a cause and effect to everything you do. When I hear black on black crime, the first thing people say, black on black crime, we need to focus on how did the crime get there in the black neighborhood.
Exactly.
Because plain and simple, they had to install that stuff in our neighborhood. They had to put the drugs in.
You gotta look at it. Why did Pookie kill Dre?
Yes.
Why did Tony shoot Mario? It's all kind of, we just looking at it's black on black crime, but it's something that took place.
That affected that family. Somebody took somebody out of the house. 1994, probably took his father out of the house. That means his mother was there by herself. She may got in prostitution, drugs, or something like that. That means when people are depressed, they try different things to take their mind off.
We living with so much burden on us and so much weight on our shoulders. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we lose ourselves. It's a thin line. Like I told somebody earlier, it's a thin line between love and hate. I can love the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? But it can be one little thing that took me off
Yeah.
to make me kill you or want to, you know.
Yeah.
It's,
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I have done it for less. Only thing I would say about people like that and stuff, we need to get emotions out of it. I don't care one thing about this show with me and Larry promoting and stuff like that. We don't care if you subscribe or not and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you want to get educated and get some foundations, that's what we're trying to build right now. We try to we want you to tap in and get this, and we trying to build a family and stuff like that. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 people stuff. We try to build this thing up one by one.
And we ain't got to agree. We ain't got to agree.
We don't have to agree on everything.
Guess what, man? Y'all don't agree on a lot of stuff, but guess what? It's still love, though. And it's still love, and we still got a plan, though, at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need to come to a conclusion on. Like, you know, let people have their different opinions, though, but we still need to have a plan behind this, though. Not just get mad with one another and be like, screw him or screw her.
But you know what people gonna come with, though? They're gonna say, Obama did so much for black people, and what did Obama do for black people?
I mean, he ain't do nothing for me. I can't say nothing he did for me. Like, I can tell you more. Hey, I can tell you more that Trump have done for me to help me than Obama.
What I'm gonna do?
It's just me, though.
What I want to do, I want to take it. I don't even want to say what Obama did for you because that's individualism. We don't focus on individual. We focus on group. We need to have a group mindset. Only thing people can tell me Obama did for you is My Brother's Keepers. You know, My Brother's Keepers is a charity organization. What do charity organizations do? After he gone and stuff like that, the charity organizations do not get funded. That means that organization is no longer voided.
No longer established.
But if he passed a policy that actually helped people, do you know HBCUs lost money under Obama?
I didn't know.
Do you know Obama actually made 20 new million white millionaires? But you know black wealth dipped down. You know why black wealth went down under Obama? Because our houses was tied up to our wealth. Because when the 2008 foreclosures and stuff like that happened and stuff like that, he said he went to Wall Street and bailed them out, and then he did quantitative easing for the stock market. Do you know what quantitative easing that means for stocks and stuff like that? Black people, do you own stocks and stuff? Most black people do not own stocks and everything like that.
And that's why I told somebody earlier, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was talking to somebody on social media, and they were talking about stocks, you know, and saying that it's profitable, and there's ways you can not lose, there's ways you can set it up that you won't lose your money, and all of that, you know. And like I told her, well, I know wealthy black people, but I don't know none that's into stock got wealthy out stock. I mean, like I always say, it's just me though. Like, but she proclaimed that there's a lot of black people who into stocks and getting wealthy and rich off it. But I'm like, where they at though? Why are we not coming up to having our own?
Because the stock market, the only way, it's kind of like your 401k. Most of the percentage of stocks are mostly tied to rich people. And I ain't talking about I'm talking about like millionaires and people like that with real money. Your 401k is not that much money in stocks. No. You may make a little bit of money, but your 401k was only about 10%. The United States 401k is probably about 10% of the stock market. Think about it. I'm a critical thinker. Just take a step back, Larry, and understand. Think about it. Have you guys noticed when oil prices go, when the stock market crashed, do you know the oil prices go down at the gas station?
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed that? But when the stock market go up, do your oil go up too? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we on the OPEC standard and stuff like that, and stocks are attached to the oil. That means it affects rich people and stuff like that. So that means when rich people make more money, we lose money.
So what you want to think about? What you think about the Donald Trump, Uncle Trump? Well, Uncle Trump, he wanna think he wanna keep the oil. And Biden want to do away with it.
No, we need to go off oil. You know why I say that, though, and that's my point of view. Think about it. We came from the horse and buggy in the early 1800s. The late 1900s. We went from the horse and buggy, from horse and carriage to the car. The car been in effect, I think, in the 1910s and stuff like that. It was actually a black man who built the car, so we'll get into another time and stuff like that. And gas been going on because it's called stainless and steel. That when they broke up in 1920 when the stock market crashed. When the stock market, I want to talk about something about the stock market too that most people didn't understand what they were trying to do and stuff as well. But when the stock market crashed and stuff like that, they broke up, and then they had monopolies and stuff like that. They was on the standard oil. They broke up oil companies like and now oil companies are much bigger, like ExxonMobil, Chevron. All these came from one company, the Rockefellers and everything like that. If y'all understand the history of it, and what the oil company is, because we used to be on the gold standard, I think in the 1960s, 1970s. Now we're on the OPEC standard. That means, think about it, Saudi Arabia running this country. Saudi Arabia. Why do you think we protect Saudi Arabia and stuff like that? Because they got more oil than everybody and stuff like that. So having oil, think about it. We should be, instead of paying for oil and gas and stuff, we should be in electric cars by now.
Right.
Because what ExxonMobil, I think United States Congress get an oil company $4 billion a year in subsidies. And what a lobby for every one Congress in a lot. We got over 300 Congress, 100 senators and stuff. They got over 100 lobbyists on each one of them, and they give them so much money to stop us from getting technology to go to certain type of vehicles and stuff. We should be getting 100 miles per gallon, but because the oil company makes so much money and stuff like that, and Democrats and Republicans are in both of them. That's why I said both of them are both. One thing about it,
we're getting cheated big time.
I'm talking about the American people are getting cheated big time.
Hey, and just another thing, like I said, I rock with Ice Cube because he said it best though. No Vaseline. You know, he said it best. No Vaseline, and to this day, it's still relevant. Like their record, No Vaseline, like pure true. Yeah. I mean, they raping us. No Vaseline.
But they raping.
And the thing about it, seem like our community don't care. Like we don't care. Like it's like we complain about it, but then like we ain't doing nothing about it. Like
I think it's
trying to pick a less evil. And how do you pick a less evil?
It's no such thing. Think about it. The lesser of two evils. Think about it. If you go to heaven, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, or you any other religion, think about it. You go to your God or your identity at the end, and when you die and stuff like that, and you said, God, I picked the lesser two evils, and God said, He said that evil you picked. This person killed over 1 billion people. This person killed over 999,000 million and stuff like that. They still evil at the end of the day. Evil is evil.
Yeah, that people. I mean, this president, a person can be killed 1 million people versus this other person
killed 999,000
versus other person 10 people.
Yeah.
I mean, murder is murder. I don't care if you murdered 1 million people or you murdered 10 people. Murder is murder.
They call it collateral. Most people
wrong is wrong. Like I can't pick no side. Like
I fought in a bunch of wars, Larry. I seen the worst of all these wars and stuff like that. I seen how they affect people.
I know they had been rough.
I had a lot of friends that died of these wars.
To come back to this, like
you come back to the country, then you see the same thing over and over again. But what happened was
when we get some better recognition or
no veterans don't take care of veterans.
They
don't take care of us like that. But at the same time, I'm not even worried about me. I'm worried about what I always say. I don't worry about the individuals. I'm worried about the group as a whole. And that's what this podcast is about and stuff like that. Me and Skinny is here for it to just get educated. It's an opinion show. This is our opinion, but this is what we believe in.
And we don't know everything, but we know a lot.
Shoot, I don't know everything, but I know. I'm looking at some of the economics and stuff like that on TV and stuff like that. Seems like they don't know nothing.
They don't know nothing. Like from
they
the
got
debate,
all kind of
debate I seen last night. Hell, I don't even know. Like we could have did better than that. I'm just saying though, because I don't know nothing they really talking about. They talking about stuff happened years ago. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but we want to focus on one thing about history. I always tell everybody. Most people want to forget history, but one thing about history will tell you about a person.
Right.
It give you.
We're always gonna double back.
Yes.
Or we come back.
And one thing about it, if somebody did something, a pattern, and that's what I look at, a pattern in history and stuff. If somebody keep on doing something over and over again, that 9 times 10 they're gonna do it again to you. So if you gotta, and I don't knock somebody for doing something bad 1 time or 2 times.
No, cause we all make mistakes.
But if you have a 40 or 50 year track record, now I'm looking at you screaming now.
We all make mistakes. We all fall short. And everything,
but an old dog don't change his stripes.
Right, but year after year, I mean, decade after decade,
decades.
I mean,
man, he been doing so bad.
I'm talking about a half a century.
Yes,
I'm talking about that freaking half a century. Like this man has been doing it. Half a century is a long freaking time. Like
you talking about what's it? Jim Crow Joe.
Basically.
Man, Jim Crow trophy. See, the problem is with you guys, y'all don't want to look at y'all history and stuff like that. Y'all want to believe. See, get off Facebook and stop understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
and get out your feelings. Because Trump said, you know, he said he racist or he don't like you or
who cares?
Or this and that. Yeah, who really care about that though? Because I can do business with anybody.
Man, I work with racists every day.
Exactly. And you ain't gonna be able to dodge it. Like racists is out here, period. I mean, a lot of the same people that y'all around every day are racist to y'all. No, so y'all get up and walk off, they talking about you.
Y'all have bosses that's racist.
They talking about me. My skinny ain't nothing. Yeah, he did this, man, 20 years ago, you know, or he got all these kids, or, you know, he did this, dropped out, or whatever. Like, people are gonna always have stuff to say about you. Like, and it's the same people who condemn you. The people you around every day, it's the most people who gonna, it's like, they're gonna do the most condemning.
Yep.
They're gonna do the most condemning. I mean, how much could the president condemn you when he don't even freaking know you?
Yep.
He don't even know you.
Man, they go to work every day.
You can walk right past Donald Trump and he wouldn't know you from day and night. Like, so why would you be worried about what he got to say about you though? Like, I know I ain't. Like, he don't determine my life. He don't wake me up. He don't put me to sleep. He don't put no food on my table. He don't do none of that.
But you said it earlier. You said sticks and stones break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Words will never hurt me.
So y'all, so
words
right now, people are worried about because Trump is mean and stuff like that. Okay.
Hey, check this out. My dad always taught me tough love, the best love.
Yeah.
Tough love, the best love. I'm teaching my kids like the same thing. Like I told somebody, tough love, the best love. Like, you know, you and your feelings too much, I always get you hurt. I will get you throughout your character when you be in your feelings and everything. That's basically what's going on with a lot of people right now. They got their character because they in their feelings.
Yep.
They just going on rants and stuff about Trump this, Trump that. So they so blurred, their vision so blurred because they're in their feelings that they can't even see. They can't even see Joe Biden. You can see right through him, but they can't even see what Joe Biden doing and how he ain't for us. They just want Trump out of there because they're in their feelings.
But they never. The one thing about I found out in life, I got it into it with a guy in the barbershop. I think I told you about it, and he kept on bringing it. Oh, we just need to get this guy out of there. And the only thing I'm asking a simple question. Once we get Trump out, so before Trump came in there, so that means racism came when Trump came. So that means Trayvon Martin died when Trump got in office. All these, Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, Tamir Rice.
I mean, racism been there though. Bill Clinton, like I said, the Bushes.
I remember the first black president that these so-called black people, these bougie black people said Bill Clinton was a black president, even though he couldn't stand you. If you actually understood the history, Bill Clinton is known for rape and everything else. Joe Biden actually known for rape, sticking his finger up a woman and stuff like that. But y'all gonna call me a liar, even though the media pushed it out because Jeffrey Epstein, the guy that Bill Clinton was hanging around and stuff like that. Man, you know he got killed.
Best friend.
You know they always best friends and stuff. But they said Trump was hanging with too, and I know. One thing about it, I always find out, every one of them do not like you. But I don't care about people not liking me. I care about what you're going to do for me. And that means the only way you're going to do something for you actually got to tell a person what you want done. The problem with us right now, we never tell the Democratic Party what we actually want.
You got to demand.
You got to demand. You actually got to demand, and you can't just give it. Because think about it. You said it earlier. How you going to tell somebody, you don't have to do nothing for me. I'm going to give you my vote, but you don't have to do nothing for me.
Exactly. Like, you know, it's like you playing for label without them even doing the job. Yeah. Like, you know, you paying for labor that ain't gonna never get done. Like, so I mean, it's a waste of money, waste of time, waste of energy, just all the way around. Like, you know.
What did Joe Biden do last night in a debate? He said when Trump came to him saying, you know, y'all had 8 years, and Joe Biden blamed Democrat. I mean, he said he blamed Republicans. But hold up, this is what happened though. That's why I said black people, y'all need to get politically educated. Obama owned the House for 2 years. Before he owned the Senate and the House, he had super majorities, and he didn't do nothing for you. He didn't do nothing for you in them 2 years. So y'all keep on blaming Republicans and stuff like that. One thing about it and stuff, as a president, Obama is one of the best speakers ever since Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Because he
like I said earlier, he got a master house. And like, this is a nice house, master.
But Obama always been in master house. You know, Obama mother was white. Obama grew up rich. Do y'all know he went to $20,000 semester private schools and stuff? His grandmother left him. Did your grandma leave you $500,000? Because his grandma left him $500,000. You know his mother.
500 pennies.
You know his mother married an oil tycoon and stuff like that. So that, you know, he grew up rich. He grew up in Hawaii. Did you grow up in Hawaii? Did you vacation and stuff like that?
Grew up in a boondog. freaking bone out the wood.
You know, Michelle Obama was his first black woman he ever dated. He even said it. Like I always tell people.
And I looked at that. I read something that looked at that though. Like the only reason he did that.
Political reasons.
Political, yes.
People don't understand, and people say, "Oh no, you full of crap." It's a show called on Netflix called The House of Cards. It's a senator and his wife. They got married for political reasons and stuff like that.
They do it all the time.
They do it all the time.
Celebrities do it all the time.
Bill Clinton, here, y'all think they like each other?
But y'all eat that stuff up. Jay-Z, Beyonce, y'all think they the like black love? They ain't the definition of black love.
Will Smith and Jada, think about it. They cheating on each other left and right.
And it finally came out on them. And y'all thought that was the definition of black love like for years and years. But look how that turned out.
But they freaks though. They getting it in. Jada, they got the engagement.
They've been swingers.
They've been swingers and stuff. And most rich people do, like, think about it. I make very good money in my life. I do very well. I'm
on my way.
Yeah, I do very well in my private life and stuff like that. Me and my wife do very well. Trust me, I have met a lot of rich people in my life. I have been invited to a lot of different things in my lifetime and stuff like that I turned down and stuff like that. And sometimes I should have stepped in, but at the end of the day and stuff like that. The more money people make, the more freaky they get. Trust me.
Right. The more stuff they get into, like, period.
They do stuff behind closed doors and stuff, swinger parties and everything else. Y'all be surprised all the stuff I have seen in my lifetime. I have lived all around the world. My cousins can vouch for me and stuff like that. Most people can vouch for me. I got passports. My passport's full up.
Been there.
I just made it back to town, a few months last year and stuff like from Las Vegas and stuff. I travel a lot and stuff like that as well.
Right.
But at the end of the day, my fam right now.
And I know you've been, on me cut y'all, but I know you've been. I know you just seen and been to way more places than these little crickets on social media typing about. They just crickets on there chirping away and really ain't talking about nothing. They ain't hopping nowhere. They crickets that sitting in one place ain't getting nowhere. But they'll have so much to say about a person who have been there, who have seen this, who have done it. You see what I'm saying? Yes. It don't make no sense.
They don't want to validate my experience that I have in my life and stuff like that. My experience and what that showed me, and I tell any black person, move out of your comfort zone. Because historically, this is what the studies have said. And I'm gonna bring statistics to you guys all the time. So be used to this.
And you're right with it. Like I said, like I told this guy earlier, a good friend of mine on social media, like I told him, like, get out your comfort zone, bro. And like you said, because you might not can get nothing did in your, like, right there in your comfort zone right then.
Sometimes you gotta move from
Sometimes you gotta move around. Then you might have to come back to get that done. But sometimes you might not be able to reach the people in your community who you really want to reach. Then you might have to go out somewhere else and start reaching people. And once they see that, they'll come and check with what you doing.
And think about it, Larry. I wear two faces. I wear multiple faces. I wear a face. I'm a boss. Everywhere I do and stuff. Like when I go, if I go work, I work myself right now. But everywhere I go, I'm a boss.
We living in like the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, basically because everybody wear a mask. Like, you see what I'm saying? Everybody is an actor in some type of way.
And you have to do that.
And and go into character form and, certain places at certain times according to who they talking to and all of that. So ain't nothing wrong with that though.
And you have to do that. The problem is with us as a group, we play checkers while everybody else playing chess. Right. And one thing about chess, you got to be playing 5 moves. What I do, everything I plan it. He can tell you and stuff like that. People that know me, I plan things out years in advance and stuff like before I get ready to make my big move and stuff like that. This is a big move for me and him right now. We promote we want to promote black unity and stuff like that. And as well we want to do this other stuff too. We want to promote his clothing line, his rapping, he's rapping, he's doing all this other type of things and stuff like that. Mud Squad, Memphis under destruction, Mississippi under destruction, whatever y'all want to prefer and stuff like that. We doing it all.
We are under destruction. I mean, whether you like it or not, I mean, we all getting it out the mud. Yep. I mean, everything we get is out the mud.
You see that? You see I had a hand? This is basically where we come from and stuff like we came right out of the mud. We had to bring it up and still making it mud.
We're under destruction, but we can come together to reconstruct everything that's been destructed.
Take one community at a time. If I tell you my history in life and stuff and the places I've been and everything, you guys will be fascinated by it. Just like him, he been on these streets and stuff like that. He know more about these streets than